This video is going to be just my voice, my terrible, awful, scratchy, gravelly voice. You can put this on and do the dishes and do the laundry and brush your dog and take a shower. And even if you can listen to something while you're at work, go ahead and do that. Don't even call this ASMR because I'm not that talented. Again, this is going to be a practice video. I'm still playing with getting back into the YouTube groove. I don't have any visuals for you except for this one static picture because I'm just talking about an order that I placed. But let me backtrack a little bit and tell you what my plan is for getting back into reviewing home fragrance on YouTube. Because I no longer plan to be a Scentsy consultant. Because I'm no longer a Scentsy consultant, I'm still deprogramming, by the way, just to have a little bit of, show me a little grace, okay? Because I am no longer a Scentsy consultant and will not be a Scentsy consultant anymore, but I will be a customer, but only a light customer because I have such a large stash. Compared to some, it's not so large, but whatever. I am still going to be working through my stash. I'm going to be talking to you about my empties. I'm going to be putting out a video maybe once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every 5 days. Please don't hold me to a schedule. And because the Scentsy wax that I have is aged, I'll say aged like a fine wine, some of them are amazingly strong. Some of them are amazingly old, and they're still amazing. There is no reason for them to be sitting anymore. If Scentsy wax needs to cure, all of my bars are pretty much cured, with the exception of the ones that I bought about a week and a half ago. I had a Scentsy club that processed on the 6th and it was delivered to me on the 11th. I categorized, I stashed all those away, and they are squirreled away. They are dated, and I will not be touching those. The thing that is a bummer is that I'm dying to try that exotic vanilla from the Bring Back My Bar, and I'm dying to try vanilla amber again. Turns out that about a year ago I had tried it and I had completely forgotten about it. I'm dying to try those, but I will not. I still have over 150 bars, 180 bars really, of wax that needs to be melted and needs to be warmed and needs to be enjoyed. And a lot of this stuff is the stuff that I love. I'm going to be warming through my stash. I'm going to be giving you a empties impressions video, maybe once every 10 days, every 2 weeks or something like that. But I am looking to venture into vendor wax, and I am giving myself a pretty tight budget. Now, for some of you, this budget it's not even significant whatsoever, and that's fine. I'm not interested in comparing myself. I'm just letting you know that I plan on spending $50 a month on home fragrance, which for some people who aren't into home fragrance, that's bananas. Crazy expensive. For me, that's not so bananas crazy expensive, not because I can afford it, because I can't afford $50 a month. I mean, I can, but whatever. It's just home fragrance. It doesn't actually do anything for me. It doesn't increase my health. It doesn't make me money. It doesn't feed my family, but it feeds my soul. And my husband and I are very open about, the habits that he and I both have that might cost some money. There is worth in that. So we both feel that me having home fragrance and having this quote unquote hobby, I don't know if you would call it a hobby, I guess it really is, that it's important for me to invest a little bit of money in myself to feed my soul. So anyway, I plan on spending $50 a month, and I started this in July, and I've already gone over by $110 because my Scentsy Club processed on the 6th, and that was $110. So I think my Scentsy Club was like $95 or something like that, and then with tax and shipping, it came up to $110. And then I knew that this SASSYGIRLAROMA sale was going to start. This is the very first time that I have ordered from vendor wax. I don't know if I quote unquote did it right. I knew that I wanted to spend around $50, ended up being $49, whatever. See where it says TAT, TAT, 4 to 6 weeks, that's turnaround time. So she's actually selling these things called brittles, which now everybody who's watching this is just like, bitch, we all knew this already, but I don't know anything. And it's possible that there are Scentsy consultants or other people that aren't familiar with vendor wax. There are people that are still following me that aren't even in home fragrance. They just watch my videos. And thank you. I'm not sure why that you watch my videos, but I'm not holding it against you. I appreciate the fact that you're following me in my little journey through life. Anyway, these things are, it's kind of like a sheet of little squares, and you kind of break them off kind of like a Hershey bar. It's a little larger than what a traditional Scentsy bar is, which is 3.2 ounces. So it seems like $11 might be expensive, but it's larger than a Scentsy bar, and it's also, from what I hear, much more intensely scented wax. So you might need a little bit less ounce per ounce, okay? And even if it is a little bit more expensive, it's really important for me to try this, because I've heard from so many people that this is such an amazing experience that I probably won't go back to Scentsy after this. I'm not sure. A lot of people that do vendor and Scentsy also. Anyway, whatever. So from what I know, and I don't know everything, the person who owns Sassy Girl Aroma, I think her name is Julie, and everybody who's watching this who knows the truth or knows how I'm screwing this up, just let me know. I'm not insulted. This is all a lesson for me. About a year and something ago, she had an awful, horrific fire where she produces these waxes. My neighbors are moving furniture upstairs. And she lost everything. And I assume that insurance covered it, because this is now just a year plus a little bit later, and she's now up and running. And from what I understand, when I ordered on July 8th, this was either the first or the second time that she's opened to orders. I'm not exactly sure. Okay. But anyway, I knew that I wanted to spend $50. I knew that Sassy Girl Aroma was the name of a company that I've heard 500,000 times. And I was told by a lot of people that this is where you start. You start with the best, I guess. I'm saying it's the best. I've never even tried it, and I won't have it for weeks and weeks. I copied and pasted the scent notes, and you could see that it is a very small order compared to some people. There were some people that went in there and they spent $500, and they put their, the screenshots of their order in the group, and I admire that, but that's just not where I am right now. Plus, I'm just starting. So fairies and gumdrops, sugared berries, pink cotton candy, and sugared musk. If that doesn't say me, I don't know what does, okay? There's a theme here. You see that I didn't get anything bakery. I didn't get anything overly fruity. I just got a handful of stuff that's going to remind me of sugar, because when I decided to go into vendor wax, it's because I'm looking for a dupe for sugar, Scentsy's Sugar Bar, okay? Okay, I got a call from my mother, and I have no idea where I left off. So let's talk about vanilla cream. I ordered vanilla cream because it could be a Scentsy dupe of Scentsy's vanilla cream and or Scentsy's Simply Vanilla, which is the very first Scentsy wax that I warmed in 2014. It was my first experience with scented wax at all. I had always just burned candles, or I used the Glade plug-in things. Anyway, Simply Vanilla was fantastic. I had it in my club for a hot minute, then took it out. Now I'm regretting it. Whatever. It's soft and creamy with jasmine blossom, coconut cream, vegan embretolide, vanilla mousse, salted caramel, and whipped cream. Now, the salted caramel is probably going to be the one thing that might turn me off on this one. I'm really not a huge salted caramel fan. I can take it in very small doses because it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th ingredient there. I'm not sure if these waxes go in order of intensity like food ingredients do. But anyway, we'll see. And if not, it's $11, and I'm sure it's not going to suck. It's just not going to knock my socks off, okay? Mahogany milk, I heard people talking about this for a long time. Marshmallow, berries, vanilla, tonka bean, and mahogany. That sounds to me like it's going to be something like Angel 624, which I actually really like, and I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't put in my club. It was just available recently, too. I might be loving it now because I had an old bar. I had a bar from the first time the Lilo and Stitch stuff came out. I love marshmallow flavors. Yes, flavors. I love eating marshmallows. I love the smell of marshmallow, but get marshmallow mint away from me. Sorry. I don't like My Wish either, which has marshmallow in it. But when you mix it with berries and vanilla, and tonka bean is a little bit of like a vanilla flavor too, scent, whatever. And then the deep mahogany, I'm thinking that I'm going to absolutely love this. Plus, it went sold out in this Sassy Girl Aroma order. And then my final decision pick was pink crystals, cotton candy, lemon drops, caramel. Again, the caramel, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But raspberry jam, oh yeah. And then dry musk, oh yeah. So I think for sure I'm going to love fairies and gumdrops, and I'm going to love mahogany milk. The vanilla cream and the pink crystals I'm on the fence about, but I'm not going to have them for weeks. And even then, I'm not going to warm them for a long time. Now, all of you people who have experience with Sassy Girl Aroma, when can I warm these? If you tell me to wait a year, I'll wait a year. I want them to be absolutely perfect, okay? But I'm probably not going to be ordering again from Sassy Girl Aroma for a long time. I plan on, like I was saying before, I plan on spending $50 a month, with the exception of my Scentsy Club, because my Scentsy Club, I have to get the Scentsy Club because that's the pods. That's not wax. It's not all wax, but I need the pods, and I really do like the cotton cleanups, which is a luxury, but I really like them. Anyway, I plan on spending $50 a month, and I plan on going from vendor to vendor. In other words, I don't think that I'm going to do 2 vendors at once. So I might only order from Sassy Girl Aroma once a year. But tell me how long I'm supposed to hold on to it for. And again, I'm willing to wait up to a year. So anyway, there's my order from July 8th. I'm not planning on even looking in the mail for it for another like 2 months, because it says turnaround time is 4 to 6 weeks. But that means that in the 4 to 6 weeks, that's when she mails it, I think. And so then it could take a week or 2 to get to me. I don't even know where she's located. There's only so much homework I can do for wax. Anyway, tell me how long I hold on to this wax for. Tell me if you bought any of these during that sale, which I think is still going on. I'm not exactly sure. Tell me who you think my second vendor purchase should be from. I think it might be Destination Wax. I think it might be, L3 is doing something right now, right this second, but then also Lavender and Speckles is that what it's called? Lavender and Speckles? I think so. Lavender and Speckles is August 1st through the 3rd. So if you know me, you know what I like. What should I order? I want suggestions down in the comments, if you don't mind. Just take a few minutes and give me some suggestions, and I will tally up all the suggestions, and then I will buy whatever is recommended the most. How about that? So either Lavender and Speckles or Destination Wax, and then which waxes do you think I should get? I hope everybody has a great day. This video ended up being a lot longer than I thought. I'm going to have to splice it together because my mother called me. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.
Subscribe to MetallicaMom for home